What's good? What's good? Happy sunny Sunday. Hopefully it's sunny where you are. I'm sorry if it's not. It's rare that we get these in January in Washington, Pacific Northwest. So I'm stoked. I'm doubly stoked because my cards came in the mail. This didn't quite fit as well as I would have liked, but no division. And then on the back there, the QR code, which should work. You could like screen capture this, I think, and then it'll generate the link. But then also, my goal is just to hand these out to people who comment on my attire, because that QR code will take you right to my merch site where you can buy No Division shirts or my PsyOps special shirt, which honestly is my favorite shirt. But and then I've also got like a few other just kind of fun ones, like a Spaceship Earth shirt and I think a New Earth downloading shirt. This is not something I grew up wanting to do, was get into merchandise sales and YouTube and all that other stuff. I really just wanted to be like a community guy, like a man with a good job that was part of a community, and I'd spend some of my free time volunteering and helping and contributing and giving back, and I'd have a family. And to me, it still is, but even in my early 20s, that was my goal in life. I've always joked, I don't really want fame, but I'll absolutely take fortune. But unfortunately, this is kind of how my life has turned out. I'm 38. I don't have a family yet, but I haven't given up hope. I am not at all a successful contributing member of my community. That might not entirely be true, but I'm just not living up to the potential of the dream that I had for myself as a younger person. However, I also just did not, when I was younger, I knew things were broken and corrupt, but I really just did not really understand how deep it goes. And unfortunately, I've said that word a few times, but it is what it is. You kind of sometimes often have to go through a really deep, dark period in your life, sort of what they might call an ordeal poison or an initiatory experience, to truly open you up to the depths of evil that are currently permeating the planet, but then also the abundance of hope and potential that you need to integrate in order to resist and fight as much as you can, while also still experiencing joy and pleasure and happiness. It's very much a paradox because, yeah, shit is fucked right now. Shit is fucked. That's just the easiest, most direct way to say it. But through the fucked nature of shit, we need to persevere. And I really feel like we're going to. We being, and I don't say this in a gatekeeping capacity, but it appears to me that so very few people right now are actually trying to do any sort of work on themselves, physically, mentally, spiritually, to, be the little change that you want to see in the world. Because while the problem is global, the solution is local. So the expression goes, think globally, act locally. There is nothing more local than yourself. This is the origin of locality for you in your existence. So you got to start here and here if you really want to be a contributing member of society and of the resistance, whatever that looks like in this day and age. I'm getting a little off subject, but that's sort of my goal in life. That's my goal for this channel, is I want to just be a voice speaking out against the corruptions and the wrongs in the world, but at the same time not being so doom and gloom that we sort of fall into the learned helplessness paradigm that the mainstream sort of is trying to program us into. And so the whole title of this video, let me get to it. Let's get monetized in 2026. And so that's sort of a goal of mine. But when I say let's, us, I hope you yourself have your own goals that might not be the same, but they're similar. You want to level up something you've been working on, a project that you've been working on that you feel like, will benefit you personally, but also potentially collectively. That's really what 2026 is about, is, in my opinion, for a lot of us, integrating growth, development with efforts to just generate a little bit of income and to raise awareness. That sort of intersection of ideals and objectives, that's going to be fun. And that's my goal. So sometimes I can be rambly and sometimes I can be off-putting, I know, but it would really help if you were to like and comment and share and subscribe. Even if, maybe just subscribe and then turn off notifications. And so maybe you only see random videos of mine. It's still fine because it still helps with the algorithm. I need 500 subscribers, which I'm at 397 right now. So, and then there's a certain number of watch hours that you need. And my goal, my progression, what would be so cool would be if I made fewer of these solo rambling videos and more collaborative videos, as well as educational videos. There are a ton of channels that already exist that do education, from off-grid things to construction things, and I don't anticipate reinventing the wheel in any sense of the meaning, but I want to start doing more construction videos, educational construction videos, and off-grid videos, especially if I can, compound my income that I can then reinvest into my land. I've got 5 acres of land in Tennessee that I first need to pay off. I took out a loan to buy that. So I need to pay that off. I can start building and developing right now, but for right now, my focus is just paying that off and building an outhouse out there and putting up a gate, little things. But I got a little off subject, I apologize. Oh yes, educational videos. I want to document the building of my outhouse that I had just mentioned. And then I want to document the building of my first little shed and cabin and all the little off-grid things that I currently know a little about, but I'm going to need to learn more about. But then also I'm going to need to, or I want to share. Once I've experienced the adversity that comes with living off-grid and trying to accomplish a project, I want to share that and document it so you can learn from my mistakes and my failures, just as I've learned and will learn from other people's mistakes and failures. Mistakes and failures are inevitable, and so I'm ready, and I know I'm going to fail at times, but it's fine. It's all going to work out. That's hard to say. Faith is really hard, but that's another thing we need to focus on. This video has been really rambly. I'm going to try and wrap it up here in a minute. Just my request is check out the shirts. And then also, if you know anybody, so like I've already had a few other invites on shows and I'm going to do it, but that's a big thing I need is invitations to do more shows. The invitation key is huge. If you know about human design and you know about what a projector is, I am a projector, so I really need the invitation. I think earlier when I was doing this, I tried to put myself out there too much, and that's not the right approach for me in my life. I'm almost done. For some reason, 10 minutes is like, we're not going to make a 10-minute video. I'm going to end it here. Thank you very much. Much love.